I'm sure building a clothing brand is not an easy
Not at
feat.
all, man. I honestly think I went for the hardest business to start. Like I do have a second business now.
Yeah.
And I think learning from Resilient, I was able to build my second business a lot better. And considering how hard clothing is, like it is insanely competitive.
Exactly.
And if you're trying to make money, I'll tell you, you're not going to make any money for the first like 5 years in clothing. Like you better be ready to just dump money, like grind away, and just it's a pure hustle. Because clothing is it's reputation, right? You almost have to build hype around it. You need like people to back you. It's a luxury. People don't need to have luxury clothing or graphic tees. Whereas like someone needs to go to the dentist, someone needs to go to the doctor, someone needs, like, for my other business, concrete. Like, people need to drive on roads. Like, there's a necessity. But, like, when it comes to, like, clothing that's just, like, graphic clothing that's, like, luxury, you don't necessarily need it.
No.
You can just go buy a regular tee at Walmart if you really want. So, that's why I think it's such a tough business, is because you have to build a reputation and build branding. And you got to build emotion behind it. Like, why are people going to buy it? What's the point? Right?
Well, I mean, like, you know, there's so many competitors out there, right? You got so many clothing brands in Winnipeg. So, like, I guess the obvious question for me is, like, why did you even start clothing, first of all?
Yeah, I ask myself the same thing. I really do ask myself. I've asked myself this question multiple times. I'm like, why did I go for the hardest business? Like, why? There's so much competition. There's so many brands out. You got your Nike, Adidas, and it's like, why? Like, why did I do it? And I always ask myself that. And I think because the biggest thing was I saw how the clothing connected other people together. And I didn't want to just have a business that was like, okay, it was just based on me. I didn't connect with many people. Or like maybe I had clients and stuff. But there wasn't like a large group of people that I could attract, talk to, network with. And with clothing, like I can get you to wear it, I can get you to wear it, I can get him to wear it, I can get so many different people to wear it, and now I have connections with those people. You guys are wearing my stuff. So it almost like branches off into something bigger. So like from that, if you're wearing my stuff and now we have a connection, okay, like what do you think of my stuff? And then you have, say something you have going on, like a business or some type of ambition, well now I can learn from you. But that clothing was kind of like it was like an outlet. For something bigger. And that's the way I look at it now. It's like, the more I do this stuff, for example, when I go to Calgary, the fact that I'm meeting all these new people, I now have a bigger network. So if I ever want to do something else, I can now network with these people that I met. So it makes it easier for me. Even though the clothing itself, the brand, is so hard to build, I can then use what I built with that to build something even better. Which, for example, my concrete business, that took off like so well because of the connections I was able to make with the clothing brand. Like you would never think clothing and concrete go together, but it's like when you do something really hard, and especially something with another business, and you make all the mistakes with one business, then you can take all those mistakes and apply it to your new business. And they always say like your second business usually does the best compared to your first one. Your first one usually fails. Like mine hasn't failed, but I've definitely had like some failures for sure. Like I've gone through tons of like struggles, man.